Warm welcome to the honourable guests. The Resident Coordinator, United Nations Pakistan, Mr. Julian Hernais. United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization Country Representative in Pakistan, Ms. Florence Rowe. Head of UNRC Office Pakistan, Shah Nasir Khan. Additional Secretary, Ministry of Climate Change, Government of Pakistan, Mr. Jodo Tayaz, along with their team to the state of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. The state is bestowed with a natural beauty, having thick forests, fast-flowing rivers and winding streams. It borders the Indian-occupied Kashmir to the east, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to the west, Gilgit-Baltistan to the north, and the Punjab province of Pakistan to the south. On its eastern side, Azad Jammu and Kashmir is separated from the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir by the line of control. The main rivers are Jhelum, Neelam, and Poonch. Geographically, the administrative territory of AJ&K covers a total area of 13,297 square kilometers that comprises of 3 divisions and 10 districts and has an estimated population of about 4.3 million. The population comprises of 88% rural, ratio 12% of urban. AJ&K is the most developed region of the country with a literacy rate of 77%, considerably higher than the national average of 63%. And its infant mortality rate of 47 per 1,000 live births is lower than the Pakistan average of 66 deaths. The region has been polio-free for the last 21 years. It has an HDI higher than that of Pakistan, as the sub-indices are all higher, especially in education. In addition, the region is ahead of the rest of the country with an HDI value of 0.621 in 2015-16. The government has done remarkable work on key development priorities, including sustainable development goals, especially in the challenging pandemic scenario. It is equally important to bear in mind the challenges that need to be addressed to achieve sustainable development in this area, as this is a disaster-prone region along with the ongoing tension at the LOC. The civilian population at some points ahead of the forwardmost post has complicated the situation. Shelling and firing along the LOC has resulted in civilian death. This is an ongoing disruption of peace and needs immediate attention of the international organizations to help resolve the Kashmir issue, which will have its repercussion if left unattended for long. Other challenges include access to basic services including education, health, water and sanitation, social protection, institutional capacities in service delivery, climate change, rapid and unplanned urbanization, youth bulge in unemployment at 10.7%, limited social safety nets, lack of reliable data, gender inequality, issues in digital transformation, limited revenue generation capacity and private sector engagement. The United Nations, with its intervention since 1970, has been a great pillar to support AJ&K's economy over these decades. With the presence of the agencies such as UNDP, UNICEF, UNWHO, UNESCO, UN Women, UNWFP, ILO, IMO, IFAD, FAO, UNDSS and others has been supporting throughout until the Sustainable Development Goals are designed under one UN framework. A vision of the future with a holistic approach. The set of 17 goals provide us with a comprehensive agenda having focus on people, planet, prosperity, peace and partnership. United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework 2023-27 is designed to reflect priorities of the government and people of AJ&K. The framework prioritizes the core strategic areas that is focused on 5 outcome areas. Under the third strategic priority that focuses on climate change and environment, especially the initiative on the ecological restoration of the Indus River Basin and management and environmental conservation. The rivers of AJ&K constitute an important part of the Indus Basin. The rivers of AJ&K are mainly fed by the glacial melt. The adverse impacts of the climate change have already started affecting the permanent ice cover of AJ&K. This glacial retreat will immediately cause adverse impacts on the river's hydrology. This will directly affect the hydropower plan of AJ&K. Thereunder, hydropower projects with cumulative power generation capacity of 8,000 are in progress. On all three rivers of the AJ&K, the hydropower projects are planned in cascades. Such cascades of hydropower projects will entirely change the river morphology and health of aquatic ecosystem, with irreversible impacts on ecosystem services rendered by these rivers. Particularly, the hydropower projects will envisage the diversion of rivers through tunnels has already started, the adversely affecting the riparian in Neelam Jhelum hydroelectric project. The increase in the number of glacial lakes due to glacial melt is another threat for the built infrastructure, hydropower development initiative and life and properties of the people in the wake of gulf. Under these scenarios, the government realizes the need to sustain the water yield in the rivers, and there's a need to adopt a holistic approach to mitigate the adverse impacts of the climate change. Upstream investment in environmental resources is very much required to sustain and improve the ecosystem services like sustained water yield and other ecosystem services offered by the rivers. This measure includes extensive reforestation and watershed management. Through this initiative, the health of the rivers can be remarkably improved, besides addressing the adverse impact of hydropower development in AJ&K. The vision of the Prime Minister of Azad Kashmir, Honorable Mr. Abdul Qayyum Niazi, is that of the vision followed by the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Honorable Mr. Imran Khan. Following the welfare model of development governments who are bound to provide all basic facilities to their citizens, the government aims at triumphing many milestones. Prime Minister's vision is to achieve economic growth by promoting high moral values in the economy and minimizing the ecological footprints. Our government has always been humbled by the assistance the international agencies have been extending, in particular the decades-long contribution of United Nations for alleviating the overall state system. We look forward to you for collaborating with us in the further sustainability to help achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainability Development.